Hello out there, all you wonderful people. This is Andre, the Game Idea Guy. Thank you very much for lending me your time and your ear listening into another video from me. That's something I've been thinking about doing before, and I might actually make this a thing if people really want me to do this. But I kind of wanted to talk about some things I remember from when I was younger, when I, like, first things that I got into gaming that I got to do. Um, So I decided for this video I'm going to talk about the very first game that I actually beat on my own, Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, while this isn't the original copy that I had when I beat the game back on the Sega Genesis way, way, way in the past, that is actually the very first game that I ever beat. And I think I was like 4 years old at the time. It was the very first game I beat by myself. It was also one of the first games I was really allowed to just play by myself because, I mean, not like it was the only game I've ever played by myself because I played like Mega Man and Mario and all that stuff back then. But Sonic was actually the first game that I played well enough to actually beat it by myself without anyone's help. And that's and I remember the moment so very well because it was like I know it was night. Like I know it was nighttime because everyone was home. It was kind of dark. We had the television on in the living room. We at the time we were in like it was like a 4 bedroom apartment that had like 3 bathrooms. So weird, but like it had a nice sized living room, had a dining area, a nice sized dining area, a nice sized kitchen. I can still see the place when I think about it. No, it didn't have 3 bathrooms. It had 2 bathrooms. I don't know where the third one came out. It had 2 bathrooms, 4 bedrooms, 2 baths. But that's beside the point. Like I said, I can still see the place in my head when I think about it. Uh, my brother had bought the Genesis like a month before that, and I like when we got Sonic, I was like super like into the game. I was like playing it all the time, and I just gradually got further and further every time I played it. Um, I also remember that my parents, my brothers, and my sister, and one of my cousins were all in the house sitting down, and they were watching me play this. Like they were literally watching me play the game. My brother forced me to put on some headphones, and he ended up cranking the damn volume up all the way on me, and I had to turn this shit down. Like he damn near blew out my fucking eardrums. Like he put the headphones on me, walked over to the fucking Genesis, and cranked this shit all the way up, and I fucking damn near screamed at him because I remember that happening with me starting the game that time. Like I went over to turn the volume back down to like halfway and sat back down and started playing the game again. Well, started playing the game. Like I don't remember hearing what they were saying because I had the headphones on at the time, but I do remember looking over my shoulder and everybody was just sitting there while I was playing the game, and I was like super focused whenever a stage would go on. Like I almost swear like they were like having moments like, "Oh, is he gonna make it?" Like, but I couldn't hear them. Like I said, I was like deeply focused on the game because I had the headphones on because the Genesis had the headphone jack, and I just basically explained that. Um, like I was losing a lot of lives. So, like I built a lot of lives up in the beginning of the game, and like through the Starlight Zone. But once I got the Scrap Brain Zone, because that was actually the first time I'd actually made it that far. I got the Scrap Brain Zone. I had like I think like 30 or 40 lives, and I lost a majority of those lives because I didn't know how to navigate the stage, and I wasn't used to the timing of a lot of the platforms and how they would flip on you. So I died a lot. I definitely died a lot, but I got through it. I made it through to the third zone of Scrap Brain Zone, and I think I got to Robotnik with like maybe 8 or 9 lives left. And again, had a bunch of failures. And I was on literally like the last 2 lives I had when I finally got used to his pattern and figured him out and actually beat him without getting hit. Like, and I remember just being so excited because it was like the first time I actually beat a game by myself without anyone's assistance, without anyone beating a level for me or taking over for me to get me past the part that I wasn't able to beat. And that to me, like, that was like one of the best moments for me as a gamer, because like I actually accomplished it on my own. Like I actually became skillful enough from playing the game enough times that I actually was capable of beating it. And that was great for me back then as a little kid. Like that was one of the few things that I think in my life that if I had assistance with that, it wouldn't mean as much to me. It would have been so diminished had I not actually wanted to play the game on my own and I not actually wanted to beat it on my own. Like, but I do remember that. I don't. And the bad thing is, I know I was like one emerald short of having all of the emeralds, but by the time I got to Scrap Brain Zone, you at that point you can't get them anymore. And I was like kind of ticked off. So like, I did play back through the game again and beat it with all of the emeralds collected, but that was a separate time. And I was like, I just remember that because I remember beating that game, seeing Sonic run through. I think it's no, it's Green Hill Zone in Sonic One. It's Emerald Hill Zone in Sonic Two. I remember seeing Sonic running through Green Hill Zone, stopping with all the animals, all the what do they call them, flickies jumping around, and then seeing Robotnik after the credits playing and him tossing the one emerald back and forth. So I was like, well, I beat the game at least. So I was happy about that. But I was just thinking about how I had to learn that game. Like I literally left me with no formal set of instructions, and I had to learn that game in order to beat it. And that's when I did that, when I made that video, dumb down games, less smart gamers. Like that was one of the first things I thought about. Like with me having to actually acclimate myself to the game rather than having the game acclimate itself to me. And that's probably one of the things that shaped me as a gamer. It's probably one of the few things that made me super competitive because I want to do stuff on my own. I want to accomplish on my own. And I don't want everyone to help me take something down unless it's, a team-based game. Then I kind of have to have my teammates help me. But that was really it. I had been thinking about that for a while, and like if you guys want me to talk about more of like my old gaming memories and stuff like that, I would be very happy to dive into the realm of nostalgia for you and talk about things that I've done with gaming with by myself or with other people, with friends, family. I can tell you. Like I remember those events very clearly because of the fact that I was so deep into gaming back then. So let me know what you guys think and if you would like me to make a series out of this. Like I don't mind doing this like maybe once every couple weeks. I don't mind sitting down and just doing something like this. Maybe even weekly. It just depends on if I have the time to sit down and do it. But that's it. Thank you guys very much for listening. Keep your eyes and ears up for more of my stuff, and until the next time, enjoy your games. Peace out.